to another Wraggys Beers, Wines and Spirits review. I keep playing with the things. It's just getting it right. And I like it like that. I like that you can see the top shelf. And I've got a bit of changing around to do, a few new additions to add, but that'll come in the next video. So, well, not the changes, but new stuff. As you can see, I've just picked this off the top shelf. It's Ginger Grizzly from Hatherwood. It's their alcoholic ginger beer. It is standard 4% offering. Flipping 4% offerings. It does my bolting. So this Ginger Grizzly alcoholic ginger beer has been created with natural ginger essences from around the world, giving a fiery and zingy ginger taste with a tongue-tingling warm spice finish. Pour over ice and garnish with fresh lemon for the perfect serve. I love ginger beers. When I first went to Sainsbury's, it was the first thing I looked at. There was a taste difference, ginger beer and Crabbies, and it's like, oh, I've got ginger beers. What's this? Good evening, matey. And no apologies needed. And good evening, Michael. And yeah. And yeah, I really, really love ginger beers. Probably my favourite, apart from Imperial Stouts, one of my favourite types of beers. Absolutely love them. Always have done. Really gutted, totally flipping gutted that Crabbies Black isn't made anymore. Crabbies Black was a 6% oak aged ginger beer, and it was 6%. It was amazing. Wanger, that's by Weston's. It's a New Zealand brand, but it's sold in the UK by Weston's. It was in Own Bargains once, and if you ever had it, it was the most fiery ginger beer that you've ever come across. Bloody amazing ginger beer. Ginger beer though is perfect for this weather because it's refreshing, it's zingy, a bit of fire. I tell you what, it's not an old can. No, it wasn't an old can. It got loads of date on it. With the garden. Welcome back, mate. With the garden today, I've never smelt smoke in his garden. I only ever smelt smoke in his garden when he would walk round where I was, and he had me back to him. And obviously you could smell the smoke, and obviously I knew he was there. Good evening, Mr. Big Sit Beer Reviews. How are you, matey? And I knew he was there. And obviously he passed away in January. He left on his own terms. Fair play. 88 years old. He had cancer for 1.5 years. Cancer never got hold of him. He went on his own. He fell and broke his hip. Bless him. Went to hospital. Had his hip sorted out. And then in hospital he was nice and comfortable. And he was still praising my gardening in hospital, which is, you know, it's something that really bloody hit home, you know. No, try not to go on that, so I'll start tearing up. But yeah. And last year, when I was in dire straits last year, just those 10 or 15 minutes of chat, you know, a week, hurt me up. And bringing a garden back from the brink to being an amazing garden was amazing. Oh, I'll tell you what, the other day was the day I needed. Not been in town for about 3 years. And to go drinking craft beer in town, and I find that anywhere that sells craft beer, it's a better establishment. You pay a bit more for your craft beer, but in general, there's no fighting. Everyone's a fan of the beer, and it's a good laugh. And I had one of the best days out in a long time. It's happened to me nearly every time I go to that house in that garden. And it's spooky. It really bloody is. I mean, to be in a garden, and there's no chance cigarette smoke from other people can reach me in the middle of his garden. It can't. There's no wind. I'm too far away from all aspects for this to happen. and it happens. So yeah, is he there? Is he watching over me? Yeah. I do as well, because let's be fair, and it's not being horrible to people. A lot of people don't want to pay big money for beers. A lot of your yobbos don't want to pay the big money, so they will go to the lager houses, and then they'll start fighting with each other's. You looked at my missus, that sort of thing. I must do a ginger beer trade-off one night, because I am big on ginger beers, and if it's something that, I mean, Blandford Flyer, I love that. There's not a ginger beer I don't like, but Wanger is the most fiery ginger beer of all. Krabby's Black was the best commercial ginger beer I have made, using simply ginger beer kit, a better ginger beer than anything I've tasted. Anything. I've made it via homebrew, which is simply ginger beer, 3 bags of sugar, a root brew of ginger root, chuck it all in. It brewed up beautifully. I brewed it short as well. I think I brewed it something. There was one where I brewed it to like 12 litres. So it was bloody strong, full of ginger. My God, it blew your head off. It was like an imperial ginger beer. And now I'm actually using an hydrometer. I can actually get the ABV, or at least try. Anyway, so cheers up. 5 minutes in, let's have a sip. Not much on the nose, to be fair. Yeah, ginger on the taste. Tad on the bland side, if I'm being honest. I'm getting a little bit of fire, but again, a tad on the bland side. I presume that it may be Marston's made, just judging by the bottles, but it may not be. I would think Untapped, because Untapped and Beer Advocate, they're great sites to tell you that. Yeah. That sounds nice, that does, a bit of appeal. Adding a bit of chili as well into the mix. As long as you don't play around with the chilies and then go for a piss without washing your hands. Not good. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Good evening. How are you? Football's on in a bit, so I'm on early doors tonight. I'm trying to get everything in early and then go and watch the football, and hopefully a good match. Yeah, chili would give the fire. What I do like being, as a beer fan, I'm interested, obviously local. I'm certainly interested in home brewing, and obviously in the beer in general. So, as a hobby goes, this is a hobby I absolutely love, and it's a cracking excuse to have a beer down the shed and not get a bollocking off the wife. There is another reason. Does she know I drink 3 or 4 beers? No, she just thinks I talk a lot. Breckenman Peroxide IPA. Does sound nice. I'm doing an Imperial Stout after this. It's cold in Ohio. Wow, and welcome. Let's hope COVID is starting to disappear in America. Now you've got a president who's on the ball with it, whether you like him or not, obviously, because obviously a lot of people like Trump and a lot of people didn't like Trump. Can't wait to go back to America myself. I haven't been since 2013. Orlando. Love Disney and Universal theme parks. Yeah, one of my favourite, probably my favourite place in the world, the Magic Kingdom. Walking in there, you pinch yourself. It's like, am I here? First time I went, 2006. I'm not brewing an Impy Stout. No. I'm going to review one, but I'm not brewing one. Not yet, anyway. I'm going to review. We all are what we are, aren't we? I mean, I can't understand if cannabis oil, when you read about it, is supposed to be a miracle cure. No, I've never had the mystery box. No. 24 beers for 40 quid. As long as you don't get 24 of the same and the crap is a good price. I might have to do it one day when I've got a spare 40 quid. And just to see if it's what it's like. And I don't want no partisan brewings in it. Good evening, Thomas. That was a good chat, good interview last night that you did with Barry. It was decent, and I managed to pop on as well. I'll tell you a story about cannabis oil. Now I don't know 100% if it's true. So, I'm only going on what I'm told. Cleveland, so a friend of mine, she was going out with this bloke. It was his mum. His mum was dying of cancer. She was given months to live. He somehow got cannabis oil for her. The cannabis oil killed the cancer, stopped the cancer, and now she's alive today, fit as a fiddle. So, was it true? There are aspects that I'm not 100% sure, because he was a bit of a bogger. But no. And good evening. It's an interesting thing, isn't it? With cannabis oil. I believe there are cures out there, but do they want us to have them? Maybe not, because if there was a cure for everything, it's strange, isn't it? The COVID and that, how they was so quick to bring out something to stop it. If there was a cure for all cancers, would the population be so big that it would be unmanageable? Not my guts, mate. Oh, don't talk about my guts. See, I suffer with terrible, severe anxiety. Can't shake it. I do apologise for the camera wobbling. That's me hitting the bar. The floor's wobbling in here. What can I say? Forgot where I was going now. I've read that comment again and it's killed me. And whatever I can do to get over anxiety, for me, drinking a beer helps with anxiety. Basically, being busy from day to night as well. The only problem is I can't stand the smell of the stuff. I really can't stand the smell. Man City for the win tonight. I hope so. I'm not a Chelsea or Man City fan, but I like Pep Guardiola. I like his football. He plays football the right way, and that's on the bloody ground, on the grass, not this woof over the top jobber. And and he seems a decent bloke. I don't know about Chelsea. Obviously, they're both billionaire clubs, aren't they? They can buy their way, but you can spend all the money you can, but you've still got to create you've still got to create a team. Nottingham Forest, to be fair, that's good coming from a Man United fan as well. To be fair, I'll get to what I'm saying in a minute. Yeah. Nottingham Forest has spent loads of money, but we've had some crap managers, and they bought the wrong players. Good evening. Second can of night cider, 8.4%. Bless you. And we all drink what we drink. These people are a bit, I don't know what's the word, snob, not beer snobs, wine snobs. You get them. I don't. You drink whatever you drink, as long as it's not meths. Although some drink in Northern Ireland, where my wife lives, some people drink poaching, and I won't touch that stuff for shit. Although, when I go across sometime in the next year or two, I may do a poutine review. That'll be interesting, won't it? See how ill I am afterwards as well. Yeah, it'll only be a small glass. I won't do a big glass. But anyway, back to the ginger beer. 15 minutes in. I need to make sure I don't go overboard tonight. Yeah, we all do what we do to survive. The thing is, they're all very, very real. Every single can and every single bottle was real. Yeah. Oh, that's the glasses on the floor. So you can hear that shaking, can't you? Yeah. So yeah, very real. Cost me a few quid over the years. I didn't mind the dandelion. You know, if you like dandelion and burdock the pop, it's just like that. It's 4%, but it don't taste 4%. It does taste like pop, to be fair. And for once in my life, I've actually got my Reading ring on today. I do apologise. I need to get that I need to turn it off on the next beer review. Someone said to me once, why don't you put empties on the back wall? And I thought, why the fuck would I put empties on the back wall? No, I've only wore it today because the son bought it across to me. Yeah. There's one of the hoopers I haven't tried. I can't remember which one it was now. I've been waiting for it to come in. It never came in. Was it the rhubarb and custard? There was one that never came into the shops near me. I had the cherryade one. Yeah, no, I can't remember. It's 4%, matey. I'll do a bit of a review while I'm chatting. Very, very subtle ginger nose. Obviously, golden, like ginger looking pour, really. On the taste, it's a faint ginger with yeah, it's a faint ginger. Good evening. A faint ginger with a nice bit of fire on the back end. I wouldn't say it's my favourite of the favourite ginger beer, but for cheap as chips ginger beer, it's passable. You know, £1.39 or whatever it costs. It's rather passable. You know, I'm the same. I used to love the fiery ginger beer as a kid. I did say good evening, didn't I? As a kid, you know, and when I first seen ginger beers in Sainsbury's when I worked there, I'm like, oh, I'll call it ginger beer. Got to have. And I've tried every single ginger beer that's ever come out that I've ever seen. If I've seen it, I've bought it. It's funny how you like things, isn't it? Always makes me chuckle that Shandy Bass is on the Pop Island and it's 0.05% ABV. And you can buy it without any 18. You go on the beer aisle, you can buy an alcohol-free beer at 0.0%, and you have to be 18 to buy it. Balmy. Root beer. I've had root beer before. Yeah. It's alright, isn't it? Shandy floats. I missed that comment. The screen's just gone off on me. The more you drink it, the more fiery it gets. So it starts off a little bit slow, if I'm being honest. But at the end, quite a nice fire. Yeah, you either do or you don't. For people who need gluten-free, ginger is a great gluten-free beer. And to be honest, when I had that Brewdog one last night versus this absolutely slaughters the Brewdog. You know, your palate changes over the years. We all change. No one's the same. The more you delve into new types of beer, the more your palate changes. And then you go back to the beers late, you know, years after. And it's all very dependent on the day you're having, temperatures and all that sort of stuff. Maple or peanut butter. I had a maple stout the other day. Yeah. Crabby's Black was the best Crabby's, to be fair. So I actually like this. To kill this review off, to come back with another review. I actually really like this. It hit the spot nicely. On a day like this, sunny day, beautiful. Room temperature, subtle at the front, subtle on the front. Desperados, not bad. During the game, I'm not sure. If the wife's downstairs, probably a Bailey's. If the wife's upstairs, probably an oak-aged rum ale. Depends if she's downstairs. She's knackered. She's done 4 cakes in the last day and she's been so stressed, bless her. So if she's upstairs, then I'll have a good drink and then try not to look too drunk as I'm walking up the stairs. So out of 5 for this, very enjoyable, very easy drinking, very subtle nose at the front, but at the back end, when you know, after you've had one, there's a real nice fire to it. Nice ginger, nice fire. So crap at the start, great at the end. So, you know, yeah, I agree with that. 4.1 is a fair score for this. Is it? Yeah. Yeah, thank you for putting the score in. And right, I need to kill this beer review off to come back with another. The next, it's actually not a beer review next, it's a beer haul video, but a very interesting one, with a bit of news concerning Nottingham's Robin Hood Beer Festival. Thank you, matey. Right, yeah, back in 2 minutes. Cheers, all. Put that in there, got a right loader. Back in 2 minutes, matey.